Yo, guys, Justin Jaynes here with the 10-7 and scrolling through social media. Huge announcement has been confirmed. There was speculation about it, but it has been confirmed. RDR will be facing Anthony Hernandez before the next title match for Khamzat. Now, if you guys watched the show on Friday, we put in some speculation. Who do we think should be next for Khamzat? I thought RDR was going to be next in line. He's on like a 5-fight win streak right now. Just had a great performance as of recent. And you look at, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, he's on an 8-fight win streak going in this. So this fight does make sense. And Dana White says, speculating that the winner of this fight will be next in line for Khamzat Chimaev. Now, before we go any further, let's take a look at some of these guys. Let's take a look at both of these guys, I should say. We're going to look at RDR real first, just coming over from the UFC. We got RDR, 21 wins, 2 losses. Last fight was in, July 26th, as I mentioned. He's on a 5-fight win streak. Let's take a look at some of these wins now. He's a one championship vet. You can see how much success he had in one championship. He was a title holder in one championship, and he lost 2 fights in a row here to the same guy, Anatoly Malikin. Gets finished twice too. You see the right hook, then gets finished by hammer fist, fights him again, retires in the 3rd round. Since then, he has been on a tear. He has 4 wins in the UFC. He had another MMA win over UAE Warriors. But, man, very impressive. He gets against Mersearch, who's Gerald Mersearch, known for his grappling, subs him via arm triangle. You got Kevin Holland, again, black belt, very tough guy, finishes him in the 1st round. Bo Nickel, you guys remember that brutal knee to the body from Bo Nickel. And then taking on our former champion, Robert Whitaker, on UFC Fight Night just recently in July, and pulls out the split decision win. Now, lining up against Anthony Hernandez, October 18th. This is super exciting. This is one fight, guys. I don't know if you guys don't know this. I haven't announced it yet, but I'll be fighting October 26th. So this will be just 1 week before my fight, going to Anthony Hernandez. Now, going back. Now let's take a look at Anthony Hernandez. And, I didn't realize how credentialed his resume was coming into this. 15 wins and 2 losses. Like I mentioned before, he's on an 8-fight win streak. I didn't realize he had that, much going for him. 9-2 in the UFC. Very, very impressive. Let's take a look at some of these wins. Gets to the UFC, fights Marcus Perez. Starts off 0-1 in the UFC. Gets a win here by Anaconda choke. Then this was an interesting fight. Kevin Holland versus Anthony Hernandez. Kevin Holland getting the win in the 1st round, knee to the body, followed up by ground and pound. Look at RDR finishing Kevin Holland kind of with some ease. But since then, guys, he has put together a very impressive resume right here. Guillotine choke, round number 2, wins a decision over Josh Fremd, maybe? Not sure. I don't recognize a lot of these names. Edmund Shabazian, very tough, finishes him in the 3rd round, finishes this guy 3rd round. Roman Kopylov, we know about him. Look at this, performance of the night bonus, finishes him round 2. Michael Pierre, one of my teammates over at Extreme Couture, finishes him 5th round, performance of the night bonus. Brendan Allen, we know how tough Brendan is, wins a decision. Then my other teammate, Roman Delaziz, finishes him in the 4th round. And, man, he just looks so dominant in that fight. And like I said, guys, he is on a streak right now, 8-fight win streak. I think that's more than deserving of, 1 more win over RDR. He gets put in title contention. And, looking at these matchups more, looking at their guys' resume on Tapology, I think this is a great fight because, you look at Khamzat and what he just did to DDP. I think these guys need a little bit more time, a little bit more sharpening their skills. I think if RDR gets thrown in there, Khamzat is just going to run through both of these guys. Now, giving these guys another camp. All right, we're getting a couple more months of preparation. I think we're 8 weeks out from that fight, so they get another full camp, improving their skills up into that matchup. I think it's going to be incredible for both of them. And then that winner, then we're going to get a little bit of time off and then back into camp for the winner to fight Khamzat. That's going to give them an extra, could be up to 6 months of preparation, of improving their skills, because I think both of these guys are still behind Khamzat, but with a little bit of sharpening, a little bit of game planning. I could see the winner of this really putting a challenge to Khamzat. And I know everyone's saying that after the DDP victory, Khamzat looks unbeatable, but there's been plenty of guys through the years that look unbeatable. You know, you look at our Ilia Topuria right now, looks unbeatable at lightweight, but we will see. Guys, it's super fighting matchup on the way. A lot is on the line with this matchup. I mean, we're talking about the next championship fight from the winner of both of these guys. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think RDR or Anthony Hernandez should just be thrown into a title shot, or should they have this almost contender fight for that shot? You know, again, I'm going to reiterate, after looking at these guys' records, after doing a little bit of more homework than I already have, I think this fight is a very good thing for both of these guys. Again, that prep time to sharpen their skills to get ready for Khamzat. So the winner will be ready in up to 6 months, guys. Tell me what you think in the comments.